Hey, how's it going, friends? My name is Shidaki from the Let's Play channel HalvedStudios, and welcome back to more Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And in the last episode, we got here to Dantooine and have been given a task by the Jedi Council. And we've been given a task by the Jedi Council to suss out the corruption, Church Inquisitor style, inside of Dantooine that's making all of the puppers go nuts. Because normally the puppers are very nice, but instead they've decided to be mean puppers and try and kill people. So we gotta kill all of them and kill whoever's doing the thing to the puppers. Now, the Grove is not where we want to be going. At least not yet. I want to... So normally what you're supposed to do on Dantooine is just... You're supposed to suss out the corruption and then come back and do everything else. But I want to get everything on Dantooine done all at the same time. Just purely for the purposes of saving time. So, one of the ways they keep you from doing everything all at once is they put a bunch of really difficult enemies, or I suppose just one, but one really difficult enemy just sort of in your way. I mean, you can't just run past it, which is a common strategy. Are you still why as a child? I'm gonna clear out the entirety of Dantooine's fields. I don't have to fight the Cap Hounds, but it's good for experience. And it's a turn-based Dungeons and Dragons style RPG, so you gotta have as much XP as you can possibly get. Plus, I'm gonna explore these places somewhat thoroughly. Now, this is someone's house. We will come back to here later, because we can't actually do anything at this house, and there's nothing to even grab at this house. I think there's a droid hanging around somewhere who's like, "Yo, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. This is the wrong place. Go away now." Yeah, that's the droid. Hello.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
I'll be going now.
These settlers have come to Dantooine seeking privacy. Perhaps we should respect their wishes.
Look, man, we're trying to suss out the ultimate evil. This man's just going to have to deal with footprints on his carpet. Good day, sir. So yeah, this is someone's private property. We're just gonna ignore it for now and keep moving forward, because I just want to get to the other side of the map, because I kind of have a route planned out for how to do this as efficiently as possible. I hope I'm going the right way. I think I'm going the right way. Well, either I went the right way or I made a terrible mistake. Either way, we're gonna have to deal with what my decision. Yeah. Okay, we're doing it right.
You've been holding out on us again. Since you haven't given us enough money, I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please! Take my wife and children instead. Anything!
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, you guys are the worst. Can't you be like the good? Can't you be like me and be like arbitrary Robin Hood and like help people too instead of being assholes? So these are the Mandalorians that we've been having complaints about. So basically what happens here is there's 3 camps of Mandalorians hanging around in the out in the fields here, and we have to kill all three camps of them, and once we do that, the leader will show up.
How'd you like that? You asked for
the
this!
thing I really love about fighting the Mandalorians is how weak they are to force powers, except for this guy. Apparently he... Except for this guy, who seems to actually have some decent saves on him. Oh, got him that time. Bye-bye! Yes! I love it. I love it with this build. You know, I'm absolute garbage at the beginning of the game, but now well, not yet, but I'm an unstoppable monstrosity. All shall bow before my power. I'm trying to be a good Jedi. Tremble before my skill? Is that more acceptable than bow before my power? I like to imagine like the Jedi Council are kind of like following me in like hover chairs, like making sure that I'm like doing my duty properly. So it's like bow before my power. And I look over there, they're all just like looking at me really judgmentally. I mean, quiver before my competency? They're all just really disapproving of me. I have experience with people who hover over you disapprovingly. It's not fun. Alright, where am I? Courtyard, that is... Yeah, that's back to the Jedi Temple, so we want to head this way. Yeah, the courtyard is the Jedi Temple. We want to head into the grove, and I think I did make the wrong step. It's hard to tell. Ooh. Oh, you know what? No, I think we're... Oh, it's hard to tell. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna heal myself up real quick. Okay, here we go. Force Whirlwind. Force Whirlwind is fucking great. It knocks... Not only does it subdue one of your enemies, it knocks down everyone else. Okay. And then Canderous is gonna line up his shots, and Karth gonna one-shot everything for me, Brock. Ah, damn it, you didn't one-shot it. Ah, fuck me! What's with these Cathhounds and resisting my force powers? I have unlimited power! This is unacceptable. What part of unlimited power don't you understand? It's really bad for my self-esteem when I can't kill you really easily.
You're dead.
Dancing.
How'd you like that?
Oh, I died. That's fine. That's not a big deal.
Let's go!
It's like I wish I could count the number of deaths that happen in this game, and like probably I've died more times than the entire rest of the party combined. That's very funny. Okay, where is this? Okay, that's the Sandral Grounds. We don't want to go to the Sandral Grounds yet. First, we want to head over to here and talk with this fine gentleman on the bridge. Apprentice, your arrival here is well timed. Who are you? I am Bulu. I hate these names. Bulu? No, wait. Is your name Bloke? Oh, jeez. Okay, he needs help with an investigation. Sorry, I was too busy trying to figure out his fucking name. Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have brought an information retrieval droid in case, with access to the archives of both at the Jedi Conclave and the planetary capital. I will use my wisdom and experience to offer you some guidance, but I will not solve the case for you. There is little benefit if you do not solve the problem yourself. Consider each man's account and check the facts with the information droid. Once you have gathered all the information you think you need, run through the possible scenarios with me. If you are unable to come to a satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. According to the accounts of the participants, these three men were out here in the field together, earlier before the clouds broke. I find that very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds, as it was earlier today. But that was not the most puzzling aspect of the case. A dead man, Kaldar Netik, was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. The rifle was found lying near his body with bloodstains on it. It has been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. The two other men were found at the scene when I arrived. One is Hardin Gold, and he was unarmed, and the other was Rickard Lustov, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything, and that they came across the body. Both also accuse the other. Obviously, there is more to this than what I have been told, or what we have been told. Is there anything else I should know? There is one last thing. When I arrived, Holden was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. You should do well to remember this as we progress through the case. If there's anything else you need, I will remain here for a while you question the witnesses. Okay, so we got ourselves a murder mystery. Quite fun. This might actually take up the whole episode. So basically we have this man right here, Calder Netic. I fucking hate these Star Wars names. I don't know how to pronounce them. Calder Netic? I'm guessing that's right, but it just sounds so wrong. Okay, well what about you? Halden.
Ah, greetings.
Handon.
You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation.
Hello.
I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Handon Gould. Oh, okay, that's a name I was never going to figure out.
Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then?
Yes.
I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, when all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Oh, case closed. Arrest this man, gentlemen!
And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
Interesting. Well, what about Rickard?
Another Jedi, huh?
Yeah.
Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt.
He's a
He
racist.
seems
He's
stunned.
guilty!
I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
All racists are immediately guilty of every crime because they're racists. Double points if they're white. Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Interesting. What about you, protocol droid?
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an
I had it
information
right.
retrieval droid.
Baluk.
I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusoff, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
Yes, all of it. What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any
Damn.
other information you need?
What a bitch! I take energy blast to the torso for dinner. What about the planes?
These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
No, that's
Very
will be
well.
all, my dear friend. So, you.
How can I be of further assistance?
What did you see? Why were you out here?
I was taking my daily constitutional. I
That's
just happened to be
lewd.
running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there.
Do you often run
Yes,
around?
quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say.
You got a bit of a bleeding there.
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantam. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't matter how many laps you do in the track. A 50 caliber rifle to the chest is still gonna hurt. He's guilty. Arrest him. Wait, no, it's the droid. The droid did it. Arrest the droid. I'm the murderer.
How can I be...
What did you see happen?
Well, actually, I didn't see anything. I was over across the bridge. I heard a shot and came over. I can tell you I was sure surprised to see Calder's body lying there. I just got here when I saw Rickard coming out of the rocks holding his blaster. I was terrified. I had no idea what he was going to do, so I hit my emergency button and called the... Master Baloo came out. I hope that you'll be able...
Okay. That'll be all. Now let's take a look at Zibati. His body apparently shot from behind with a blaster chest. Interesting. What about you?
So, what do you want to know?
Why were you out here?
I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those Cath hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, pow, went down.
Wait.
But when I come over here, there's Handed standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now?
This man is clearly guilty because he is blind. He admitted it himself. Therefore, he could not have taken the shot. Arrest the robot.
So, what do you want to know?
Baluk said you're limping. You hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious.
Alright, that's all for now.
Right.
Alright, let's talk to you, Master Baluk. Yes? Is there something... Fuck, man, they couldn't have had one more voice acted. I want to discuss the murder. Very well, we should start from the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will have no doubt resolved the case. Handon said that he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over to find Kaldar already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadows from the rocks holding a blaster in his hand. Rickard says he was hunting Irias and saw one through the glare and shot at it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally, and Halden may have found the body, but it seems a very unlikely explanation. It is more likely that at least one of them is lying. Obviously, one of these men is not telling us something. Where does the truth lie? Shit, I forget who's who. Halden is lying. Fat people always lie! Yes! No. No. Rickard is lying. Because as you said yourself, it was cloudy and there's no glare. Also, he was rude. Yes, well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened, as Rickard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a fib. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step to unraveling this mystery. Yes, I have, and you're guilty. Jedi, arrest this Jedi! We should proceed to the next point. We need to find the motive for the killing. Maybe you should talk to the men around their relationship to the victim. If there's anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Alright. Well, how about you?
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
No one says you killed him, yet. Officer, arrest that tree!
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him?
Probably. Officer, arrest that dead calf hound. I'm having too much fun with this.
How can I be of further...
Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time.
Sordid? That's
More
a
often
fun
than
word.
not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. A hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, How... Of course.
Ah, he had interactions with a hut, eh? Officer, arrest him for murdering himself. Okay, what about you, Rickard?
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
Really? His wife, you say? Officer, arrest his wife!
So,
Why were you out here? Or why would someone want to kill him?
you Jedi are so predictable. Always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. So, I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some areas. Haven't seen many. Was in... Now I...
Okay, that's all for now. And now let us talk to the robot boy.
Is there any other information you need?
Yes. Who was the murderer? Nothing? God, you suck at your job.
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
How can I be of further assistance?
You knew Calden better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him. People who share bicycles are always guilty. Officer, arrest that bicycle.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But as much as I
That's
may
very
hate
ballsy.
him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him.
And I just
Running is not a
accidentally
crime.
killed him. Officer, arrest the metaphorical concept of death. Because these men didn't kill him, dying killed him. Arrest the death itself.
How can I be
Why would someone want...
knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him? Oh my. I hope you don't find that incriminating. Normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Nettick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife. Right under my nose, no less.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
But, as much as I may hate him for that, it may have been my own fault. I was just out...
Okay.
How can
anything else I need to say with you? Why would someone want to kill him? Why are you out here?
Of course.
Okay. And what about you, comrade?
So, what do you want to know?
You thought Calder was cheating you.
Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
You can't deny it, there was bad blood between you.
Right.
Let's see. That's everything I need, right?
How can I be
talk to you again?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha.
Okay, yeah, I already had that conversation. I just remembered to... It doesn't matter how many push-ups you did this morning. If you get hit by a car, it still hurts. Alright, Baluk. Yes? Is there something you want to do with this investigation? I want to discuss the murder. I know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him when he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship between each man and the victim. Holden told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, the victim... Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well, on the surface. Neither man seems to have a motive for killing Calder. Holden is lying. Shit, I always get the names mixed up. Holden is lying. His wife, he knew his wife was cheating on him. Well, that certainly is a motive for murder. The case is taking shape. However, you mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we should focus on the murder weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witnesses and the information droid can provide you about the blaster found near the body. If there's anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Okay. Hey, Holden.
How can I be of further assistance?
What can you tell me about the gun found on the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Iriaz can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
Alright, well, let's take a look at the body. Yep, still dead. Okay, what about you? What have you had to say about the weapon, comrade? What do you know about the weapon found on the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So
what you're saying is the weapon is not his. Interesting.
Right.
And his weapon was stolen. What about you, Robot Man?
Is there any other information you need?
Yes. Is there a report of the blaster being stolen? Actually, first tell me about the weapon.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
Is there a report of Holden's blaster being
I
stolen?
am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
No, that's all I need. Thank you.
Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't... Even an Iriaz can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized... I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of... Of course.
Okay. Hey, what about you?
So,
Is the weapon found? Okay, nothing there.
Right.
Now we have blood on the weapon, I know that much. Okay, Baluk. I want to discuss the murder. So what have you determined about the weapon found by the body? The blaster is Holden's. He lied about it being stolen. The blaster is Holden's, but he reported it stolen. The blaster didn't belong to the victim. I haven't learned anything yet. I'm an utter failure. The blaster is Holden's, but he lied about it being stolen. So, you've caught Holden in a lie. Interesting. But I think we may need a final piece of the puzzle. There was a blood sample on the weapon that has been sent back for analysis. It just arrived for analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps you could inquire about information right from there. If there's anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Okay. What do you know about the blood?
How can I be of further assistance? His block up. Yeah,
Well, if you can't...
but I was...
Okay, that's all.
Of course.
Is there any other information you need?
Tell me about the blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well.
So this weapon is not his, but the blood on the weapon is not his either. Both men are injured. Interesting.
So. Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So.
Okay,
Right.
a sprained ankle is not going to make a lot of blood. I should know. I have one right now. I broke my foot.
How can I be of further...
You, on the other hand, you're holding your side.
Injured? No.
And you're
of course
being
not. Why would I?
defensive about it.
Fit as a bantha.
Banthas are not fit.
Of course.
That's a terrible saying. Officer, arrest metaphors. Okay, Baluk. I want to discuss the murder. I assume the blood on the weapon belongs to the victim. But I want to be thorough. What have you learned about the blood on the weapon? It didn't belong to the victim. This is surprising. So the blood must be one of the suspects. But which one? It's... oh, fuck. Holden. It's Holden's blood. Why do you believe that? He's clutching his side. Holden has been moving oddly since I arrived. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely.
Hey, what are you doing?
There is blood. Holden appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It would seem that there is one logical scenario. Holden killed Coulter for having an affair with his wife. Rickard was out hunting and accidentally shot Holden after he killed Coulter. I agree. No, Rickard is the guilty one. No, they're both guilty. A bold conclusion. One most people would not arrive at. But you are not like most people. We are Jedi still. I would like to know how you came to this conclusion. We know Calder was having an affair with Holden's wife, but what possible motive could Rickard have for wanting Coulter dead? He was also having an affair. Calder was cheating him in business. Yes, well done. Both men have a reason to want Coulter dead. This is my theory of the morning's events. Both men knew Calder would be out there this morning, and each plotted to kill him. Holden found him first and shot him because of the affair Calder was having with his wife. Shortly after, Rickman arrived at the scene, and from a distance he saw Holden and thought it was Coulter, so he shot him in retaliation for the credits Coulter had cheated him out of in his business. Holden would have dropped his blaster once he found the scene covered in his blood. He probably thought Rickard was going to kill him, so he called us, hoping we could convince us it was Rickard.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
Though, That is enough. The culpability of both of you in this murder and attempted murder of Kulturnetic is evident. Additionally, Rickard Lossoff will be charged with aggravated assault and attempted murder of Howden Gold. I place you both under arrest of the Jedi Order and will escort you to the holding facilities in the Jedi Enclave. You have done well here. It is obvious you have been studying your lessons carefully. I will be sure to inform the Jedi Council that you have performed, that your performance in this little test.
You did good. You might just make a proper Jedi yet. Who knows?
May the Force be with you. Whew, that was fun. Officers, arrest Karth! Okay, we're running out of time for this episode. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm sorry. We're running out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to end it off here. So, hope you all enjoyed this episode, and in the next episode, we are going to be continuing traversing through the plains of Dantooine. But until then, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all again. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.